Hi guys! Today is May 1st, which means it is also Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month, and I am super excited to start my 31 days of cystic fibrosis. I love making videos for you guys, and I figured that this would be a way to spread awareness. So, since today is day 1, I thought it'd be fitting to start with what is cystic fibrosis, so that for the next 30 days you're not like, what is she talking about? So, cystic fibrosis is, the short answer, is a genetic lung and digestive tract disorder. It is not contagious, it is genetic. And in order to get it, it's recessive, so both parents have to be a carrier of the CF gene. And if you have one, you're a carrier. If you have two, you have CF. And if both parents are a carrier, then there is a 1 in 4 chance of the child ending up with CF. I'm the youngest out of 3, and I'm the only one with CF in my family. So there are over 1,700 different variations of CF, and for every CF patient, even with the same copy, it is a little bit different. I have a friend with CF, and her symptoms are different than mine. Of course, there's similarities, but we both have the same copy, which is the most common, double delta 508, which affects around 50% of the CF population, and then there is different copies and different strains. If you wanted me to list all 1,700, I couldn't do that because, honestly, I have no earthly idea. So, the culprit of cystic fibrosis is the gene called the CFTR gene, and the CFTR gene is responsible for the way that our body moves salt and water, like the chloride channels, through our body. And for us, with CF, the CFTR gene gets impaired or has missing things. In the case of double delta 508, it's missing 3 parts of what it needs to function normally. So what happens is, since our salt and chloride isn't moving like it's supposed to, this results in really thick, sticky mucus. I try to describe it to people kind of as like chewed up bubblegum, and I know that's really gross, but that is the truth of the matter. So in normal people, what it mainly affects for us is our lungs and our digestive tract. And in normal people, this mucus is helpful in preventing infections in the lungs and keeping things smooth. But in people with CF, because it's so thick, it can cause problems in the lungs and digestive tract. So in the lungs, this can cause coughing, trouble breathing, congestion, and it can also cause frequent recurring lung infections, and that is the real danger for people with CF, because for us, a simple cold can turn into a 2-week stay with pneumonia. And over time, as your lungs get these repeated lung infections, they cause permanent damage and scarring in the lungs, resulting in a decrease in lung function, which is basically how well your lungs are working at a given point. And that's the real danger for people with CF, is ultimately respiratory failure. So the most important thing to do, which I'm not going to cover in this video, I'm going to cover in another video, is to stay on top of that with treatments and medications. But that is how cystic fibrosis affects the lungs. As far as the digestive tract, it blocks the pancreas, the duct of the pancreas, resulting in the pancreas not able to release digestive enzymes that it needs. And this obviously leads to malabsorption, trouble gaining weight, and it can lead to stunted height growth as well, because we're just not getting the nutrients that we need to grow and, gain weight rapidly. And that's one of the struggles for people with CF, is to gain weight, because our pancreas is blocked, so we don't digest food like we're supposed to. And in some twisted way, the weight and the lungs affect each other. If we're having trouble gaining weight, this makes our lungs weaker because we don't have as much reserves to fight. And if we are gaining weight, then it can make our lungs better because we have reserves. So they kind of impact each other, and it's a whole multi-system mess, basically. In some CF patients, there can be spleen involvement. In some CF patients, there can be liver involvement. I happen to have very, very, very mild liver involvement. And so it basically can affect your whole body. For me, also, I have, I have very, my bone density isn't as good as it should be because CF can, with the malabsorption, I am deficient in vitamin D. So I also have low bone density. So it can all kind of work together. One thing kind of affects the other, and it's a multi-system disorder. So currently there are 70,000 people worldwide with cystic fibrosis and about 30,000 in the US. And unfortunately, as of 2017, May 2017, there is no cure for CF. There's been great improvements in treating it and helping prolong and decrease the symptoms, but as of right now there is no cure, and that's one of the things with CF awareness is obviously hoping for the day where CF can stand for cure found. So I hope that this video has enlightened you some, and if you kind of were confused on what cystic fibrosis is, that I was able to be of help. Like I said, I'm really excited for these next 30 days. And if there's any topic about cystic fibrosis that you would like to see covered in the next 30 days, I'd be more than happy to do it. You can leave it in the comments below. But until then, that's all I have for today. So thank you guys so much for watching.